All right. So we're on the Isle of Fog, and we've already seen a few things
Yep.
that have me
So
concerned.
I'm going to start off with a couple of rules here just so we can get some general feel for what's going on.
Yes.
I would like you to roll first a general intelligence check, please, or you can use survival, whichever you prefer.
Intelligence is higher for me, so I'll use that. All right. That's a 19 total.
All right, good enough. You did not lose your orientation as you came through that wall of
Fog.
spectral fog.
Yep.
So this is north. We were heading north along the east coast as we came in.
Mhm.
We went through the fog, and we are currently roughly about here.
All right.
First check. Second check. The ambient magic here feels odd. You recently experienced it. You feel like you're in a wild magic field.
Okay. Yeah. Magic is weird here by the sounds of it. All right. So we're in a wild magic zone.
Yeah.
All right.
Uh,
So if, from what I remember of wild magic and areas where magic is just permanently stuck in that wild state of flux, casting cantrips doesn't do anything to it, but casting spells of an actual spell level will.
yes. We've had a fair amount of experience with it recently.
Yes.
Um, well, you were 4 years older because of it.
Yes, I am.
So now, one more other thing I want you to do is I would like you to roll a stealth check, please.
All right. Stealth. And that's an 8.
Okay, I have a 19, so that averages above passive
Yeah, that just
just
uh
barely. The reason why I'm asking is there is about a 7 foot zombie about 50 feet ahead of us.
yes.
He's currently poking something on the ground.
Oh, zombies are never very perceptive, to be fair.
Yeah. And then about another 20 feet, about 30 feet kind of diagonally off to the side was that mutation of whatever that
Yes.
was screaming and holding its head. Well, it's not feeling too good at the moment. It's sitting down and seems to be staring at something.
All right. So you said I can't see all of this.
Oh God, no, no. We're roughly about here.
Yes.
You can see about here.
Okay.
The only reason why I did this whole graphic was because I just want to give you an impression.
Yep.
Lots of walls, lots of fallen down brickwork, lots of fallen stonework, lots of destroyed everything. It's just even in the short spice that we have, we see an awful lot of this stuff. It was just hard to put in as a graphic, so I just did the whole island.
That's fine.
So yeah, there is plenty of cover, but not to a great height.
All right.
And
Well,
currently, our visibility is about 100 feet.
so about 100 feet in every direction.
No, not behind us.
Okay. No,
There's
not
a, there's a solid wall of fog there.
no structures in immediate view, I guess.
There are no actual structures that you see as far as, or sorry, beyond the general of broken down buildings. You see lots of what used to be structures, but they're all in ruin and they're everywhere.
All right.
Yes,
Well, I see two creatures within view.
yes.
We probably don't want. We probably would like to avoid them
All right.
just just until we get our bearings a bit more.
So, what would you like to do to try and avoid them? I have to find something here. Hold on a sec. Not that page. It is that page. Yeah, it is that page. Good.
Right.
All right. Yes. What do you want to do?
All right. Well, I just want to head for some possible cover at the moment to get out of possible sight of those two creatures that we can see.
Okay. You can do that by circling around to the south or circling around to the north. The basic layout is almost directly ahead is the tall zombie-like creature,
Mhm.
and then on an angle towards the north, a bit further on, is the mutation.
All right, so I guess sounds like we should head around to the south.
All right. So, I take it you want to move quietly and
Yes.
find cover. So I would like you to roll again, stealth check, please, as we move.
Really wishing I prepared enhanceability now.
Yeah.
15.
Well, that's better than my 8, but it still averages out to slightly above perception, standard perception for your average individual, which this does not seem to be the case. We're also fairly far away from both of them still, so we move around, and in short order, even though we're moving very slowly, half move rate,
Yep.
uh, we do lose them in the fog. And also, that sensation of wild magic seems to leave us
Okay, so that's localized.
and is replaced by a surge. You feel like you can cast any spell you want right now, and this seems to be a very intense magical field where we are.
Okay, so there's going to be more than just a few pockets of this, and it's different.
It seems to be variable. All right. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. You were looking for a structure that we can sort of use as cover.
Yeah.
So we find that as we're moving around through it, right in the ground, right through the ground, I should say, rising up right in front of us is some sort of spectral creature.
Yep. Okay.
It immediately sees us, and we roll for initiative.
Okay.
It was right in front of us.
Well, I think I'm going last.
I have a 14. No, 15. Ugh, I can't even add 16. What do you have?
4.
Okay.
And how about the specter?
I would just call it a specter. It's easier that way.
Yeah.
It has +2. It has a 19.
It's going first. Well, it did literally come out of the ground in front of us.
Yeah. It is ahead of me and ahead of you, and it opens its mouth and lets out a scream, you think, but it's very faint.
All right, so not a banshee like the last time we.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw a banshee at us right off the bat. Oh, by the way, here's a potion of greater healing. Get you alive again.
This guy's conscious. All right, so what's the specter going to do?
I just turned the wrong page. Too many things to keep track of here. It is going to take its paw and swing at us. One of us. You still want evens?
Yes.
Oh. I have no idea where that went. Alright, I'll have to look for a d6 later. Evens! What? That doesn't happen very often. Maybe it's the die I've been using. It's swinging for you.
All right.
With a 3 plus 4 to hit you.
That's a miss.
All right. It goes. Its face looks like it's screaming in agony, but only a kind of a very faint wail, like that wail we heard as we came through the barrier. Kind of raises a little bit in sound, but it's getting lost. We're still fairly close to the barrier, and it doesn't really sound much louder than that. Wait, hold on a sec. Wow, I really did lose that. Hope I don't. Oh. I may have to cast Fireball. I think I die. There it is. Sorry about that.
All
Alright. I'm up next.
Yes.
Well, we're going to be here a while. I think I'll test this thing out. I'm going to hit it with a cantrip.
All right. The last time we fought specters, they were somewhat resistant to fire.
Yes. So, I go to cast my cantrip.
Yep.
But we're in an area of heightened magic. I hit the specter.
That's a good start.
My armor class is not wonderful. And the ball of fire that's coming out seems to be way more intense than the normal one. And it lashes out at the specter for 16 points of damage, which doesn't seem to phase it as much as you would think.
So 8.
8. And I said, wow, this magic, heightened magic is kind of cool. That felt good.
Shame it isn't as effective as it could be.
Yeah. It seems resistant to fire.
Alright, my turn. Memory serves are resistant to cold as well. Well, let's see what this does to a magic missile spell. I'm going to cast magic missile at first level.
You can add a d4 to that.
Okay.
Sorry, d4 plus 1.
Yeah.
You go to cast the spell, instead of getting your usual 3 bolts, you have 4.
Alright, so it seems to be casting it up a level. For free.
Yeah.
If only I've rolled better. 13 points of force damage.
Wow. Must have rolled a couple of 1s in there.
Just 1.
Right.
However, these things are not, if I remember correctly, resistant to force damage.
Nope. It seems to have responded exactly how you would expect, because we have fought incorporeal things before, and it seems to respond to the spell quite like you would expect.
Also, if I remember correctly, last time we fought these things, they were not all that hardy. But that's just me remembering that this might be a completely different type of specter.
True enough.
Alright.
Let's see, what is your intelligence, you silly thing? It is of average intelligence. Well, you did a slightly more damage than it, but not by much, so... Alright, it's going to roll randomly to see which one of it's going to attack.
Okay.
Oh, we're back to normal.
Alright.
That is a 17 to hit me.
I think that hits.
I think that hits. Oh, sorry, 17 plus 4. It's a 21 to hit.
Yeah, that definitely hits.
That definitely hits. Hey.
Well, does the field of extra intense magic amplify its attack?
Well, let's find out, shall we? I take 10 points of necrotic damage. And I feel really bad about this. This is something about it just makes you feel really not, not happy. Trust me.
All
You
right.
don't want to get hit by this thing, I say.
Does it seem to?
That translates into my maximum hit points has been reduced by 10.
Oh, okay.
So,
There was no saving throw for that.
no. Maybe that is part of this particular field.
All
All
right,
right,
your turn.
my turn. I
Yeah.
didn't like that.
You didn't like having a portion of your life force torn away.
No. So, I am going to shove a firebolt down its face. Oh, for a 1, a 2, and a 4. 3, 7, for 3 points of damage. Apparently, I was not as impressed with that as I thought I was. You're up.
I'm up. Uh, all right, I do remember these things being resistant to cold, but let's see if I'm right. I'm gonna hit with frostbite just to confirm whether or not this is true or not.
All right. Saving throw time.
Yep.
Natural 20. You have no idea because it didn't seem to be affected at all.
Well, that was not a good round for us.
No, that was not a good round.
Now it's its turn. Again.
Yes. Oh, we're back to evens. That will be a 18 to hit you.
Well, I saw what happened to you and I didn't like it, so I'm going to cast Shield as a reaction.
Alright, you cast shield and
My armor class jumps to 21 with that, so I bring up the Field of Arcane Force to protect myself, because it blocks incorporeal creatures just as well as corporeal ones.
and you see the spectral hand glaze off of your shield.
Yep.
Alright. I'm going to hopefully redeem my firebolts by... Oh, there we go. We hit. And then... we can actually do some serious damage. A 1. A 1. And an 8.
So 10 halves to 5.
8, 16, 17. Alright, we are very slowly. I feel like I'm first level all of a sudden. Alright. You're up.
All right. Well, let's take full advantage of this amplification field we're in at the moment. I'll cast Magic Missile at second level, which upscales it to 5. It's a 5 darts.
Extra dart.
Yeah. Better this time. 14. 19 points of force damage.
Okay. The surge of magic responds exactly as you expect.
Yeah.
And the extra darts, the extra power tear through the fabric of this incorporeal creature, and you see it dissipate.
Okay.
All right. That's our first interaction with the denizen of this particular island. That was not nice.
It did not go well for us. Well, we won, but still.
Yeah.
All right. Life-stealing undead is not good.
No, I just went down a level as far as I'm concerned. Fortunately, as I know how these things work, a long rest will recoup that loss.
Yes, except finding places to rest on this inhospitable island might be a problem.
Yes. All right. I'm going to roll for that. And that's fine. All right. So, after our brief encounter,
Mhm.
because it was technically brief, even though it went on for 4 or 5 rounds,
Yeah,
we continue into this little, well, it's what used to be a building.
yeah.
And as we're heading across, the floor gives way.
Oh joy.
Yep. I would like you to roll a dexterity saving throw, please.
Do you have Featherfall prepared?
Um, no.
Oh, neither did I.
Oh, well, we are falling.
And not even on the ring? No, you had the unseen servant in the other ring, I think.
Yep.
Okay,
No,
for the
first time in forever, we're actually falling like regular people.
we should have commented on that. I did ask you, I'm pretty sure if you were repairing Featherfall, but I guess you changed your mind or something.
Um, I don't recall.
I don't know.
But anyways, I knew I was planning on doing going forward because of my stone, but
So dexterity saving, dexterity check or dexterity saving throw? It doesn't make any difference.
dexterity saving throw.
Oh, dexterity saving throw. Wait, no, I'm proficient to those now. That does make a difference. 21.
All right. You take 3 points of falling damage. As we fall 20 feet into a pile of rubble
Yeah.
and stuff. I'm going to pull it this way because we can't really see what's in the other room just yet. There we go. We land. This broken trap door is not here. This
That's
is,
what we fell through.
it wasn't even that. It's just the stonework gave way and we
Okay.
landed here.
That's
There's a
just a
hole,
mark.
there's a hole above us.
Yeah. Okay.
That's the marker, yes. It is dark down here. The first thing you notice
Mhm.
is that hyper magic area. We just fell out of it.
Okay. So there's a three-dimensional element to those fields, and we're outside that bubble.
And where we're standing, things feel normal.
Okay.
We're in a spot of light,
Yeah.
but everything within the 30 feet is dark.
Yeah.
No light down here.
I'm gonna prop myself up with my staff,
Yep.
reach into my component pouch and take out that phosphorescent moss and sprinkle it on the crown of my staff and cast the light cantrip to give us that blue-green bioluminescent algae.
Okay. I'll do the same.
Yeah.
A little extra light will help. So this lights up rather well. This is not a large room.
Mhm.
Uh, Basically, we can now see this far wall. There's a gap here, and we see a gap here, and we can just barely make out this wall over this way.
Okay.
There is a lot of rubble, as you can see in here,
Mhm.
and also a lot of broken crates, some furniture of various kinds. It's all extremely antiquated, covered in moss and fungi and mold, and
Yeah,
there's no fog down here.
that's a start. All right, so we fell 20 feet.
Yep.
Rough, is this, do I think, roughly where that specter rose out of? Start to tell? How far away were we from where we fought it?
Hmm. Didn't move very far. Roll an intelligence check.
7. I guess the fall scrambled me a little bit on that.
Possibly. Who knows?
All right,
I would like you to roll a perception check, please. You can have advantage because my ears are definitely peeled.
21.
All right. You hear, besides a little bit of a drip drip sound because it is underground and there is always leaking water somewhere.
Mhm.
You hear a very faint mechanical noise, kind of like gears maybe, and every now and then something seems to be shuffling and a button maybe being pushed or a lever being pulled. Hard to tell.
Okay, so there's some sort of machinery down here. Well, it's not another specter at the very least.
Yeah, and we're standing, well, roughly here still.
Okay.
Seems to be coming from this direction.
All right, let's head that way, mostly because, just from what I can tell, it looks a bit clearer.
How would you like to proceed?
Stealthily, because,
That will require a roll.
yeah. 9.
Well, my 25 definitely brings that up past passive.
Yeah.
So we quietly start moving in this direction. Noise is getting a little bit louder, a little bit more clear.
Okay, so we're getting closer.
Yeah. Nothing seems to be down here. And as we just round this corner, we see
That.
that. Now, I want to describe that.
Yes, because,
What you see is some sort of arcane device. It's a bit distant, so can't give you too good of a description of it. But it seems to be round, has buttons to push, levers to pull, and there's a crystal on top and a whole pile of different things. That blue you see is a bit different than that. It's not actually like that. It is a ring of frost on the ground. The frost seems to be spreading out from this machine or arcane device.
okay.
Standing over this arcane device is a 7-foot tall creature, currently standing here, leaning over the device in this direction, so it's facing this way. So you can't really see its face, but you see that it has 4 appendages that is using as arms, and it seems to be manipulating dials, touching stuff. It has 2 big honking legs and feet to support its weight, and it's, like I said, basically attending this device. And as it's doing this, the crystal on top glows a little bit more brightly, and then you hear this moaning wail sound as one of those specters come out, float through the ceiling,
Mhm.
and it's gone.
They have a specter generator.
Yeah, and the other thing you notice is where this creature is touching the machine, it has frost on its appendages almost up to the elbow.
All right, very cold machine it's manipulating here.
Yeah. At the moment, it is unaware of us.
All right.
It is very intent on what it's doing. Okay, so the rest of the room is same as before.
Mhm.
It seems to be storage of some kind, long in disuse, but there's 2 ruined bookshelves here that seem to have mostly they're in disarray at the moment, but there may be books on there. It's hard to tell from our angle. And also around here, some skeletons, some armor, some adventure style equipment.
All right. Well, I'm not entirely sure we want this thing generating more ghosts.
Mm-hmm.
So does this remind me of the other mutated creature we saw above?
This one seems more structured. The other one seemed more random.
Okay. Well, we could attack. It is not aware of us at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
All right. On the one hand, it hasn't done anything harmful to us yet. On the other hand, we're on a very hostile island and it's generating specters, which should attack us.
All right. Well, look at it. You have 3 choices.
Mhm.
You can try and make it friends with it.
That will not go well, I suspect.
We can attack it and hopefully destroy it, and
Mm-hmm.
then possibly deal with whatever's making the specters. Or the third choice is we can try exploring the room without getting its attention. Or leave, of course. Sorry.
Or leave. We could, in theory, go back the way we came.
Yeah.
I mean, it may not be the most perceptive creature. We did just fall through the ceiling,
Yep.
and it did not take notice.
Nope.
Well,
Excuse me.
it may it may seem a little strange to give up a potential surprise round, but we don't know this creature is hostile towards us. On the other hand, searching through this entire room is without alerting it is going to be next to impossible.
For the moment, we are unobserved,
Yes.
even with our light sources. But who knows?
Who knows? Suggestions?
Well, you know me. Why give up a missed opportunity? Don't give up an opportunity that you're going to regret later.
So you think we should attack?
Hit it, take it out.
Okay.
What's that expression? Shoot first, ask questions later.
What's the distance to this creature?
Total distance 40 feet.
All right.
From where we are currently standing.
All right. So
Can you roll an intelligence check, please?
Sure. 22.
It is working with its feet on frost-covered ground.
Yep.
Its hands are
Covered in ice.
Frost and ice up to the elbow, and seems completely oblivious to all that.
So cold is probably not going to be the best bet.
Just thought I'd pass that on.
All right. Unfortunately, that is my main method of offense. All right. Well, you could hit it with a fireball and see how it reacts to that.
Now you're talking my language. I have yet to use a spell at all, so we have one other option.
What's that?
I could try polymorphing it into something innocuous while we explore the room.
True. Are you willing to cast such a high level spell on this?
That's the problem, right? I don't know how important this is. This could just be a sideshow.
Admittedly, you do have it prepared technically 3 times at the moment.
Don't know how long we're going to be here.
There is that.
I'm fine with Fireball.
I don't want this thing to keep producing ghosts.
That sounds like a Fireball to me.
Yeah.
Good thing I picked up that die, because now I need them.
Yeah.
All right. Are you going to do anything as I say I'm going to? Are you going to cast a spell?
I'm thinking. It would be a good idea. Uh, all right. I have an idea if you're going to allow me to do it.
This is the best Fireball I've ever cast.
Yeah. Before you actually cast that fireball, could I make a request?
Sure.
You have that necklace, those necklace of fireballs with the beads on them.
Mm-hmm.
Could I take one off of them and throw it in there after you do yours?
I'm not entirely sure how it works, but what I'll do is I'll hand the necklace to you.
Yeah.
And then I assume you know what the command word is.
Yeah. Necklace. Oh, we'll just look it up for a second just to get all the details.
You have a 60-foot range.
Yep.
And the rest of this is Fireball.
Yeah, this is my action. Detach a bead and throw it up to 60 feet away.
Yep.
Yeah.
So I'll take a bead off.
Yep.
And I challenge you to roll a better Fireball than I just did.
And I need a lot of d6s for this.
Yep.
And you have to roll some saving throws.
Yes.
Oop.
Oh, you would save versus my fireball, you miserable thing. It's your constitution. Yeah.
It's dexterity for fireball.
Oh, dexterity. What's dexterity? Oh, even worse. No, yours. This is annoying. Why gonna roll a 1?
All right, I rolled a total of 25 points of fire damage.
For which it failed its saving throw. Well, I guess how much damage I did with my fireball before it got halved?
You must have been really happy. So I'm going to guess 36.
40.
40.
40 points of damage, halved to 20.
So that's 45 points of damage. Well, let's see if this thing's weak to fire.
All right. So this is our surprise round. It lets a bellowing scream as it gets engulfed in flame.
Twice.
Twice. Unfortunately, it is not weak to fire.
No, but
It immediately turns around, and you see, first off, a very ugly, disgusted, twisted face. But instead of where 2 eyes should be, right in the middle of its face, as if part of its face has been carved out, seems to be some sort of mechanical lens that seems to be turning and changing around.
some sort of undead cyclops.
Yep, it's not undead. It's alive, but it's definitely been fiddled with.
Yeah. I assume we're rolling initiative.
Oh yeah, now we're going for initiative.
Better than last time.
That'd be a 2 plus 2.
So that's you're at where I am. What was that before?
Yeah. Oh, that's not much better. Hold on a sec. What's your dexterity? That's I have a 4. It has a 6.
I have a 15.
And you are up first. As this thing turns, it did not like that. It is definitely bloodied, but it is really upset.
45 points of damage. All right. My turn. Let's start. So, top of the round for me.
Yes, top of the round.
I guess I technically still have the necklace in my hand.
Yes, you do.
Well, that seemed quite effective, I say. And if you'll forgive me for doing this, I will pull off another bead. And
It's in your hands. You can do what you want.
yeah, so mark off a second one.
Yep.
And the third fireball, I guess.
All right. I'll roll a third saving throw with this thing. 15. That is an 18 on its save.
I think that saves.
Yeah, you have a 17 still, right?
Yeah. I don't know if it uses my DC or not, or if it has its own.
Oh, that's right. It has its own DC. No, it's not.
Which
17.
would be lower than mine.
Yeah.
$29 points of fire damage. Halved.
29 halved.
14.
And again, lets out a really ear-piercing screech. No, screech more than anything else, really.
Yeah.
It is limping towards us. It's
Yeah.
barely keeping up.
I'll pass the necklace of fireballs back to you. Now that 2 of the beads have been used up.
Yes, I noticed that. All right.
I'm going to use my movement to back up against the wall, just to
All right.
get slightly further away from it.
It is under normal circumstances,
Mhm.
further away than its normal move rate.
Mhm.
But it is literally staggering towards us. It is using its legs and two of its arms to support it as it moves towards us.
All
It
right.
doesn't make it to us.
Even dashing.
Even dashing, because it's barely functioning at the moment. It just simply doesn't know the word quit.
All right, your turn.
I look at it, and I do see the fact that it is barely holding together. I was going to try firebolting it.
Yeah.
It hits. I won't bother rolling. It had a hit point left.
Okay.
And it goes up in a ball of flame. Yeah. That took some resources, but we downed it without any issues.
Yep.
Ah. So we have a device. First thing you notice is all that fire did not change anything you see ahead of you.
All right, so it didn't damage the machine.
It is still covered in frost. It's still clicking and whirring, but nobody's tending it at the moment.
All right, so it doesn't look like it's going to shut itself off. One of us has to go over and do so.
All right, let's have a look. Well, you can have a look.
Let's go over and examine this device and see if there's an off switch.
All right, so I mentioned as we got to the island, it was colder here.
Yes.
As you approach this device, that cold really intensifies to the point where when you're about 10 feet away,
Yeah.
you know that you're going to take damage if you get any closer to it.
All right, well, I am resistant to cold.
So am I.
Yeah.
But I'm feeling it worse than you. But it's radiating extreme cold.
All right. I'm just going to, before we get into that radius of actual damage to this thing,
Mm-hmm.
I just want to examine it and see if there's an obvious way of deactivating this device.
That will be an investigation check, and I'll help.
All right. Natural 20.
All right.
And the other one was a natural 19, so this is a really good roll.
So you are looking at specifically just at the machine.
Yes.
And looking to see if there's an obvious way of turning it off.
Yes.
You find none.
I find none. All right. So there's no obvious way of turning this device off on it.
No.
I clarify that to you. I say, all right.
Yep. Well, we can see if there's something in here that might help.
Yeah. Just one moment. All right. So there's no obvious method of shutting the device off on the device.
Nope.
So the next step, I guess, is to search the room.
All right. Roll yourself a couple of d20s. Do an investigation check, please.
Yeah. No, it's not another natural 20.
So what do you get?
That's an 11.
All right. You search the room.
Yes.
You got 11 with advantage. Wow. That's a bad roll.
Yes, but it wasn't a natural 1.
Okay. You do see what looked like they at one point were bookcases.
Yes.
Searching through them, you find a lot of moldy old books, completely illegible.
Yep.
Nothing really comes to through looking like it's even remotely readable. You do find a bunch of one time in the distant past, what may have been adventurers, but they're just skeletons. Nothing on them seems to be of any interest. You search the entire room, and you don't find anything that indicates what to do with this device.
All right. So there's nothing on it that shuts it off. We haven't found anything else, so short of just actually physically breaking the device, and it took 2 fireballs.
Yep.
Well, we still have the Ring of the Ram, and neither of us are attuned to it at the moment.
No. What
It
kind of damage does that do?
is, well, at full charge 60-10, or it can try to.
No type of
It's,
damage.
it gets weird, but it
Type
can also break objects at a plus 15 check at all 3 charges, but that's not neither here nor there.
type of damage.
Force.
Okay.
Uh, yes. So we've been here a little while. Has another one of those specters come out of that device and floated back into the ceiling?
We have only been here a few minutes.
All right. I would like to go back to by that gap in the wall there that we came through.
Here?
That one. But keeping the device in view.
Yep.
Let's just wait a few moments. Let's see if anything else comes out of that.
Okay. How long is a few moments?
Let's wait 5 minutes.
All right. So that'll basically put it at roughly about 10 minutes since we entered this area. Since we saw the last specter come up.
Yes.
And it is chugging along. And it does, after about 10 minutes, that crystal glows. And then out of it comes another specter, which floats up through the ceiling.
All right. So it's still producing specters, which is unfortunate. I was hoping to prevent that.
Yep.
Short of just smashing this thing, which I do not know if we can do. I am out of ideas. Do you have anything to suggest?
I suggest that we. Oh, hold on a second. That might be a bit too much of a suggestion. Actually, that's not bad. I suggest that we've just started scratching the surface of this place.
You mean the island?
Yeah, I think we should investigate this place a little bit more, and maybe we will find some information somewhere. There must be some information on these things somewhere.
All right. So I think we should get back out of here.
Well, yeah, just mark, like, definitely keep track of where it is, because it might be important to come back here.
Right.
If
Well,
nothing else.
I've observed this device closely enough to locate object. Correct?
Oh yes.
Yes. All right. So we can definitely find our way back to this one if we need to.
All right.
All right. Let's go back to the hole we have in the ceiling.
Yep.
I'm going to take out the rope of climbing.
All right.
And I'm going to command it to tie itself up there. It has a 60-foot long cord of rope, so it should be fine.
Yep. All right. The rope goes up, and as soon as it gets above the surface of the room, it becomes inert and falls to the ground.
Oh, that's not a good sign.
Once it's on the ground again,
yeah,
works perfectly fine.
All right. I said, so we're about to experience the third form of fluctuation in a magic field.
Apparently, there's a null zone up there now.
Yep. All right, so I assume that's what we saw that caused the specters to wink out of existence and the zombie to fall over.
Good surmise, yep.
It did pass. We did, because the zombie got back up. So maybe if we wait a little bit, it will do the same. Do I remember how long that took to pass?
Roll an intelligence check.
It passed by while we were standing there, so not long, I suspect. 17.
We have not experienced enough of them yet to be certain, but it was a few moments.
All right. Well, let's wait again, and let's say every basically every minute I'm going to try and command the rope to do the same thing again.
All right. So every minute you do that.
Mhm.
First time you throw it up, comes back down.
Okay.
Second time you throw it, comes back down. On the third throw,
Mhm.
it ties onto something up there
Mhm.
and becomes fully attached. And you can
All
try
right.
it.
I think we need to get up here relatively quickly.
All right. So up we go.
Yeah.
And as your head pops above the surface of the ground and you're looking around, you sense that weird, wild magic sensation again.
All right. So there's a wild magic zone we're in currently. This fluctuates quite a bit, apparently.
Apparently. So yeah, we're standing there. I would like you to roll a perception check, please.
All right.
Just straight roll because there is a fair amount of fog here.
Yeah. 16.
You notice there's a kind of a thick patch of fog moving towards us.
All right. We might want to get out of the way of that.
It is roughly circular, sort of, but rough. It's undulating. Roughly about the same dimensions as your fog spell.
Yep.
And what'd you roll again?
16.
You hear this barely on the level of hearing, a click, 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 click sound. Very high pitched. It's hard to actually um, focus on it because it's being distorted by the fog.
All right. Can we get out of the hole?
We're standing up.
Yeah. Okay. So I untied the rope and returned that to my bag holding.
Yep.
All right. And I say, I think we should just get out of the way of this fog cloud coming this way.
Roll a stealth check with disadvantage, please.
Disadvantage. Oh, joy.
Yep.
11.
Okay. As you're telling me that, that clicking sound intensifies for a second, and then you notice that that wall of fog is heading straight towards us.
Yep.
So what do you want to do?
We try moving out of the way.
So you want to run away, or you want to just try and avoid it by walking around it?
I just want to try avoiding the fog for the moment. Yes.
Okay. The first thing you notice is
Mhm.
it changes direction. It hits.
That's not good.
And seeing how you're not trying to run away, what do we got here? We are now inside fog. We can't. This is real fog. We are now essentially blind.
All right. I say, Jonas, we might need some wind here.
All right. So you want me to cast a second level spell?
Yep.
I do cast Gust of Wind. And I'll aim it in the direction of the sound because that seemed to pull me in as. All of a sudden, oh, wild magic. Oh, crap.
You normally roll a d20 for that for surges, don't you?
Yeah, I know, but you know, life. All right. All of a sudden, I turn into a cloud of gas.
So, just for clarification, because I remember the last time now that we ran into this wild magic, you didn't have me roll the d20. So, every time we cast a spell, there's just a guaranteed wild magic surge.
You don't know for sure.
All right, so you're in a gaseous form, which I don't really see because we're in a fog cloud.
Yes.
All right, and no gust of wind happens.
No gust of wind happens. So my second level spell slot's gone.
Mhm.
All right. Let's roll for initiative, please.
Natural 20. It is such a waste on initiative.
All right. Ah, 17. Oh,
What about whatever is in the fog?
I'm just checking that now. It also has a 17, but I have a higher modifier, so I'll just move theirs down to a 16 to keep easy
Okay.
track. You're up first. You definitely hear that clicking sound from ahead of you, getting closer by the second.
All right, but I cannot see anything.
Can't see squat.
Well, that is a problem.
Yes.
All right. Well, I think the best thing I can do at the moment is I will ready frostbite until I can see until I see a creature other than you enter my field of vision.
All right. Easily done.
Yeah.
My turn comes up. The effect is basically turn my gust of wind into
Gaseous form,
which is a
What-
concentration.
which you can copy instantly.
I stopped concentrating on it.
Yeah.
And I'm going to actually try and cast Gust of Wind.
All right.
All right. Okay. Oh, we're going to have to do something with that one.
With what one?
I appear to be getting a lot younger.
Oh. Did your spell not go through again?
No, my spell actually happens, but my age has reversed.
By how much?
6 years. I'm a teenager.
Oh, joy.
But fortunately, it does not affect anything important at this point in time. A blasting column of air shoots out from me. Instantly, for all intents and purposes, clears the fog.
Yes.
And
So I presume I get to see something now.
you can see something. Hold on a sec. Alright. You see, standing almost right in front of us, is this strange humanoid creature. It is wearing kind of tattered, ragged clothes. It has no eyes that you see. It is got this mouth full of teeth that's tongue that's clicking really up and down quite quickly. That's what's making the noise. And it has these slits along its throat, which are streaming fog, well, now that way, behind it. And it's not being pushed back by my gust of wind.
No, okay, it's not. Well, first of all, yes, I do. I recognize where you got this inspiration for this creature from. And second of all, because I can see it, I release my cantrip.
Right.
So, Constitution saving throw on its part.
That is really creepy.
Yeah.
Constitution, you said?
Yes.
That's 16 plus 1. So that's 17.
So it succeeds.
That succeeds.
And it's not being pushed back by the fog cloud?
Oh, seems to brace itself really well. So are the gust of wind.
All right, so
You're up.
no, it's its turn.
Oh, sorry, my bad.
It may not be able to get to you.
It now has to reroll. Oh. Initially, it was fighting the wind.
Yeah.
Now it's being pushed back. It's losing ground.
Okay.
It can't seem to get to us. Which basically means that's its turn.
All right, so the fog is still cleared though.
Oh yeah, as long as I'm concentrating on this, we're good.
All right, so my turn.
Yep.
I'm going to hit with frostbite again and see if I can get this to work.
All right. You succeed this time.
All right, so it does 10 points of cold damage.
All right.
And it has disadvantage on its next attack roll.
If it gets to us. All right. I'm not happy about this wild magic stuff. So I am going to, while I'm concentrating on my gust of wind,
yeah,
I am going to attempt to hit it with a firebolt.
Yes, cantrips don't seem to trigger it.
Yeah. But the gust of wind seemed kind of important because we couldn't see anything.
Yeah. Oh, and just to be clear, it didn't seem to resist my frostbite.
Let's have a look. Oh.
Did not? Okay.
Ooh, almost a natural 20. It takes 13 points of fire on top of that. It is not a happy creature.
Right then.
Now it's its turn. It is not a bright creature. But that's a natural 20. If instead of fighting against my gust of wind,
yeah,
turns and runs off.
Right.
Well, it moves 30 feet, then another 30 feet, so 60 feet away from us, plus about 6 feet. Oh, sorry, no, it went back 5 feet. No, so it's 60 feet plus almost another 10, so it's 70 feet away from us.
All right, so that's outside of the range of frostbite.
Yeah. I could firebolt it, and I think I will.
Yep, you can keep firebolting. There's nothing else to drive it further away.
Yeah. Well, that definitely hits. For 11 points more damage. And it takes 2 fire. Well, did I get 2 bolts, or is this 1 bolt?
No, it's just 1 bolt.
It takes a bolt in the back.
Yeah.
And stumbles and falls.
All right, not too tough.
All right. I suggest we stay here for a few moments and wait for this stupid wild magic to go away.
Yes. So I assume the gust of wind dies down.
I stopped concentrating on it.
Yeah. From my experience with this sort of thing, because it did happen to me, do I know of a way of reversing this for you?
Roll an Arcana check.
My portents again. One I would. 20 would make me. All right, I'm going to use one of my portents because this seems relatively important.
All right.
All right, so I have a 12 plus 8 is total of 20.
All right. This is rather an obscure area of magic. It's not
Yeah.
something we really study that much.
No.
But 20 is sufficient. You know that both your aging and my reverse aging
Yeah.
are reversible with either a potion that does that, or actually, I don't think there is a potion of aging. No, there's a potion that will rejuvenate you,
Yes.
and also a remove curse. Sorry, not remove curse, restoration spell.
Let's see. So I do have a remove curse scroll on me currently, so I could try casting that on you, but that wouldn't work.
Not to your knowledge, no. You know those two things will work.
Yeah.
Uh,
And nor would dispel magic, because that's another option I have currently prepared.
you're pretty sure dispel magic won't work.
All right. So I said, looks like you're stuck like that until we get back to Lyria.
Yeah, I'm gonna start breaking out in pimples, and oh well, it could be worse.
Good.
So yeah, we are now standing basically right above where that hole is, plus or minus a few feet.
All right. So we can go back to the other graphic, I guess.
Yeah. Well, we have gone maybe less than 100 feet
And have been attacked 3 times.
and had an adventure.
Yes.
And this island is huge.
Yes. We are not exactly burning through our supply of spells.
I've cast a third, 2 seconds, 2 beads
Yeah.
from a necklace of fireballs,
Yep.
and I've gotten 6 years younger.
Yes. So I don't
And
think.
down 10 hit points until a long rest.
Yes, but that will come back on a long rest.
Yeah.
I don't think we're quite at that point yet, especially since we haven't found any place really that we can hold up to make for shelter.
Yes. So that basically says time to explore some more.
Yes.
So first off, I would like you to roll a straight perception check.
11.
All right. You do notice, they haven't noticed us, a little herd of zombies moving not straight ahead of us, but off to the right and about 50, 70 feet away.
Okay. Well, my attitude towards the inhabitants of this island is still to try and avoid them as much as possible.
Okay, that will require a stealth check, please.
Yes. 18.
With your 18 and my 24,
Yep.
we easily avoid the little flock of zombies, and we have to cross a little bit of open ground.
Yep.
All right, open ground is a bit of a misnomer. There's fallen trees everywhere. There's rubble everywhere, but we're not in any what looks like the ruins of any particular structure. But we do see another structure coming up ahead.
All right.
So
Well,
it's more cover than open ground. So I suspect we're going to head towards that.
yes. I guess we're just heading inland at this point.
Yes, avoiding monsters when we can see them, and trying to find whatever is going on in this place. All right. So we make it to the next structure,
Yes.
and this seems to be I don't know how to describe it because there's not really that much to see, but it is a bit larger than the one we just passed,
Okay.
and it is in just as much disrepair, but it does seem to have one part of it looks like a very rubble strewn set of stairs, stone stairs heading down.
All right. We're not falling this time.
And just as we're approaching it, all magic shuts off.
All right. Catch my iron stone.
I'll require a dex check, please.
15.
You catch it. You're against in
Okay.
the pocket.
Yeah.
So we have access to no magic at the moment.
Which means no light.
No light. That's a high number. I suggest we get off the surface.
Yeah. I think we should go down. Because as far as we can tell, these anomalies at the moment seem to be limited to the surface.
Yes. That's where we were.
That's where we were. And this is where we're. Oh, good, good. Oh, good. There's another one.
We come down these set of stairs.
Yeah.
Into, well, right now it's fairly lit. The second we get below, our heads pass below the surface of the ground, magic's back on.
Yeah. I'll put my ion stone back to its orbit.
Yep. You can get your extra hit points.
Yep. And I will once again sprinkle the phosphorus and moss to cast.
It's not dark. It's not dark yet. So let
Oh, it's not
me.
dark.
Not yet. We are still at the stairs. There's some light coming down here.
Mhm.
I would like, first off, I would like you to roll a stealth check.
18.
I have a 10. So uh, same device. Looks like the same device. Covered by frost. Guarded by the same looking creature. Except this time it turns its head, sees us, and then goes back to what it was doing.
Okay. All right. Well, if it's not hostile and killing the last one didn't change anything really, I'm going to just say for the moment, let's not waste resources on fighting a fight we may not have to.
All right. So we're still near the top of the stairs.
Right. Is it dark down here?
Uh, this gives off a faint glow.
Yeah.
That's how we could see it.
Yeah.
We can see to roughly about here, and then it starts getting dark again.
I will recast my light cantrip because I see much runs course by this point.
Yes, I'll do the same. Now, we can see through this rubble, there's a bookcase here. It seems to be relatively intact. Another one here, it seems to be relatively intact. That's about all we can see.
Right. Did that thing seem to react to magic being cast?
Besides initially spotting us,
Yeah.
it is no longer paying attention to us.
All right. Lots of rubble and lots of ruined bookcases.
And while we're sitting here contemplating what to do,
Yeah.
the crystal on the top of the device glows blue,
Mhm.
and out pops a specter drifting up through the ceiling.
Right.
You hear a very faint but high pitched wail. Nothing.
Right. Well,
Roll an intelligence check, please.
intelligence? 22.
You suspect that it went up into the null magic zone and evaporated.
All right.
But now that we're coming down, are we going down at all?
Sorry?
Are we going down into this room at all?
Yeah, let's just go down into the floor, basically.
All right, down to the floor. Now the light's spreading enough that you can see there's a specter just floating here. It did not go up through the ceiling.
Okay. Well, we're not exactly hiding at this point.
Nope, yeah, bright lights.
All right. Well, they're going to attack us. They're going to attack us.
Mm-hmm.
Are any of these bookshelves look intact?
Well, we're right here. This one does.
All right. Let's go over there and see if we can get some information about what's going on in this place.
So we go this way. So far, nothing seems to be paying attention to us.
All right.
Roll investigation check.
Yeah. With your assistance?
Nope. I'm going to keep an eye on the buggy bugs.
All right. 13.
All right. There are a great many books in this one shelf. You have to be very, very careful with them. A lot of them are really, really old. Well, they're all really, really old. They're all 500 plus years old. Uh, you can't dedicate the amount of care and time it's going to take when you have to keep an eye on monsters. So
Okay.
you notice the spines.
Yeah.
Um, it's written in Celestial.
All right. Well, I did anticipate that there might be ruins with ancient languages on them here, so I did prepare comprehend languages. I will take out a bit of soot and salt that I use for that spell, and I'll spin it in a circle in front of me to make a lens of divination magic. It lets me translate anything.
Okay.
So that lasts for
Cast,
an hour.
you cast your spell.
Yeah.
And now you can understand, not all of them because some of it's faded beyond legibility.
Yes, it doesn't restore that. It just lets me understand anything that's intact.
All right. A lot of these books are labeled research notes device, research notes uh, protective barrier, research notes uh, on mutants, research notes on general arcane device construction. It runs the gambit. There's a lot of books here on a great many things, and you do realize that even if we had all the time in the world, nothing to worry about, it's going to take some time to actually sift through all this.
Yeah, so you're saying we should probably take some of these books with us, possibly.
I don't know. We need to do something. We can't really watch uh, these possible assailants
Yeah.
and do research at the same time.
No, but we could possibly we could take these books with us, and when we reach a safe place, if such a place exists on this island,
Yep.
we could look through them and find out what's going on.
All right. I would like you to roll 20 sided, just straight intelligence because it doesn't really fit any categories.
Okay. 22.
All right. You could, if you're very careful,
Yeah.
put them in, take a book and put it in the bag of holding. You can repeat the process, but there is a chance because if you're not careful, that you could damage it and the pages crumble and you lose the information.
All right. So based on the titles there, which one do you think we should start with? I'm tempted to take one that has to do with these devices because there might be a way of deactivating them in there.
All right, let's start with that one.
Yeah.
Roll a 20 sided dexterity check, please.
19.
You easily, gently remove it from the shelf
Mhm.
and put it in your bag of holding.
All right. The other titles were one dealing with the mutants,
One.
one dealt with a protective barrier.
Yep.
Was there any other titles that stood out?
General arcane device manufacturer, research notes on uh, other projects they had going that involved, well, this is a war going on, so
Yeah.
some of the stuff doesn't make any sense based on the title.
Okay.
Basically, they're device names and research on that. We don't know what it is. So without actually reading it and getting a description of what they're talking about, you basically get the impression that there's lots of research on various types of ways of defending the island from assailants, either
Right.
aggressively or pure defense.
Well, knowing the island's defenses might be a good idea. We're on
Yeah.
it.
Well,
And
good to
so
hear.
just as a summary, just like They said there were like 4 other titles that stood out.
In this bookshelf here,
Yeah.
yes.
Well, we might not be able to get all of them.
Nope. Probably the barrier will be the next one.
All right. Let's try for the barrier then, and defenses the island might have.
Dexterity check.
13.
You're trying to be careful with this, but it's very fragile. And you squeeze a bit too hard, and you notice that the pages are beginning to crack and start to snow down.
So I think if I keep pulling this out, it's going to fall apart.
You think it's probably already past any kind of legibility.
Did any of those other titles I described to you sound really important?
Important long term, yes. Short term, no.
All right, so I think we'll be fine with the device one we have.
Well, that's the most important thing. And the
Yeah,
other thing, of course, is the barrier because, well,
yeah, I think that's.
we want to leave.
I think that one fell apart.
Yeah. So, but there are other bookcases here.
We can look around a little bit while I still have my detect magic going to see if we can find any other
Maybe
books of note.
your
All right, my
comprehend
comprehend languages,
languages.
yes.
All right. You have two choices. We can continue towards the south,
Yeah.
or we can head this way.
Let's head to the south. Just because that still gives us a relatively clear run to the stairs.
All right. So we head to this bookcase. I would like you to roll a stealth check, please.
Well, rather fittingly, that's a natural one.
Well, I have actually a natural 20. So they
Hey.
literally cancel each other out. So I would like to re-roll, please.
Okay. Just because that's the easiest thing to do.
Yeah. What'd you roll?
6.
And I have a natural 1. From 20 down to 1. All right. Let's see. All right. As we're moving this way, these things aren't stationary. They're just sort of floating around.
Yep.
They don't seem to have any particular aim. But as we're moving down here,
Yep.
we're now moving more into his general field of view, and he sees what we're doing.
Yep.
He looks up. We've been here long enough now that another specter has appeared and gone up through the ceiling, by the way.
Yep.
He looks at us, and he opens his mouth, and something comes out. It's not anything you can understand. And all of a sudden, all the specters look at us.
Oh dear.
So, time to roll for some initiative.
Running might be a good idea at this point.
Yeah. Well, let's hope we get a chance.
I have a total of 20.
All right. All right. 11. Oh, no, this is initiative. I have 8. And so do they.
Specters?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember where their initiative modifier is. They have a 10. You're up first.
How many specters are there?
All right. Well, you can see these two clearly.
Yeah.
Can't see this one, but we can hear it. That's what we can see. So yeah, at least 3.
At least 3. Is it? Well, I could teleport us out of here.
Yep.
Yep. Though we might not work if we teleport into an anti-magic zone.
We've been down here long enough that you know that whatever field was there most likely can be passed on.
Yes.
So there is a field of some form.
Yes. However, they're still specters. They might follow us through the ceiling.
Possibly.
I think we should try and get out of here. Near as I can tell, that creature and these specters seem to be sentries. Maybe if we leave, they'll leave us alone.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to move towards the exit.
Okay.
Can I?
All right. So
We were
right over here.
Yes.
We're heading towards this. So you can move 30 feet and be here.
All right. I will dash.
And with the dash,
Yes.
so that I'm barely on the screen, you can just get to the point where you're halfway up the stairs plus a bit.
All right. I'll wait there for you. That's my turn.
All right. So my turn's not next.
No, it is not.
This specter is the closest one.
Yep.
Moves in towards me and can easily make it there.
All right. The other two should not be able to, though.
It lets out that weird, screamy face, but very low actual sound scream at me as it goes. And rolls a 7. There's no point looking at it. It's not going to hit me. It doesn't have +7 to hit. I know that.
All right.
So it misses me. This one basically moves up where that was, and now at this point I can see another one coming in from here as it passes by the glowless machine. So I have a specter face to face with me. I am going to burn a first level spell slot and cast Expeditious Retreat.
Yep.
I will disengage.
Okay. That's your action.
Yep, and then I'll use my movement and my bonus action to join you.
All right. Are you changing your stone at all? Because it is a transportation spell.
Gold seems to be working so far, so I can leave it that way.
All right.
All right. At this point, we can easily evade them.
Yep. So we leave.
We leave.
All right.
I would really like to find out what's in that book.
Yes, so would I, because comprehend languages is good for an hour, and I don't know how long that took, but
Not an hour,
No.
but we've burned through some of it.
yes.
I do have a suggestion.
All right.
Oh, hold on a sec. First off, you get the feeling that your spell's going to last a lot longer than that at the moment.
Oh, okay, so we're in the...
Hyper magic zone, yeah.
All right, we're in one of those strong magic fields. However, those shift quite frequently.
Yes. I have a suggestion.
All
I
right.
suggest we go back to that first place we were.
Yeah.
Because there doesn't seem to be anything in there. And
Well, that machine was still on,
the machine was still on.
Yeah.
But
but the ghosts just seem to be leaving.
yeah, that might be advantageous in the sense that we have a machine to look at while we're reading through the notes
All right.
on the machine.
Yeah. All right. Well, I can cast locate object to get us back there without fail, if you don't want to.
Roll an intelligence check. We haven't gone far.
9. Do you remember the way back?
I think locate object will make this more certain.
All right. Locate object is concentration, but comprehend languages is not.
All right.
So I can have both going at the same time. I'm going to take out the twig and spin it in the field of blue energy to get the magic compass, and I'm focusing on that particular device that we saw because I saw it up close. I can home in on that.
Unfortunately, they're identical.
Yes, but because I saw that one up close, I'm familiar enough with it. I can focus on it.
You can't?
Yeah, the spell specifies that.
All right. You unerringly go back towards it, and we find the hole that we fell through.
I'm really glad divination magic works in general here. I was a little concerned when I heard that scrying wasn't working on this island.
Yep.
It just seems to be scrying in on this island, probably whatever barrier is put up.
Yep. So we're there.
Yes.
I take it we're going to go down.
Yes, I'm going to get out the rope again because.
Yep. All right. So here we are.
All right. Yes. I suggest we go around the broken corner here in the wall.
Here.
Yeah. Sit down with the book.
Yep.
And we'll have the device in view, but we're safe enough distance from it just in case any of those specters come out and get any ideas.
All right. I would like you to roll investigation. It's the same as intelligence, really, for you, but
Yes, it is. Just a straight roll because I assume I'm the only one who can read the language.
I can't read squat. So,
All right. I'm just going to check my other portent. I don't think it was anything. No, it's not. Not going to help here. 8.
all right. That is horrible.
Yes.
And that translates into basically the legibility of the book.
Yeah.
So we have a book that talks about the device, and
I was just double checking. Comprehend languages is cast on the caster. I can't cast it on you.
all right, I'm going to see what percentage of the knowledge you can garner out of that. Oh, that's really high. Well, even though your investigation is really low, you find out the following bits of information.
All right.
These devices were created and situated around the island. They create and maintain the barrier.
That's important.
The barrier is, well, these specters aren't real ghosts. They are magical constructs for all intents and purposes.
Immaterial ones.
Yeah. And they are there to keep anything from entering the island.
Okay. So basically, they are creating artificial specters to fuel this barrier.
Yep. So they are meant to keep hostile magic, hostile creatures, basically anyone that doesn't know the particular magic that's required to pass through it from entering the island at all. That was
All right.
their
We did pass through it.
Mm-hmm.
So clearly we know something that is of use on this island.
Yep. The other bit of information, because I rolled really high on this end, is the reason why these are sequestered below ground is they are susceptible to a particular type of magic. You rolled too low. So.
I didn't. All right.
That particular part of the whatever page phrase has faded.
Right.
They are susceptible to a particular kind of magic, and they are sequestered down here to protect them from that.
All right. I'm just going to rule off some things here. We know it's on fire. 2 fireballs detonated against that thing. I doubt it's cold.
That seems unlikely.
Yes. All right. So the other elemental forms of magic that we can channel for me is force. That's it.
Yep.
And you have your chromatic orb spell.
Yes.
Which can be set to a few other things.
Correct.
All right. Being built underground, I assume that means there's something. These devices were meant to be sheltered down here, protect against something that is normally abundant above ground. Now, that could be a few things.
Roll a general intelligence check, please.
Yeah. That's a natural one.
All right.
All right, it could be lightning, could be sunlight.
Well, neither of us can do radiant damage, so it doesn't matter.
No. You could try hitting it with lightning.
That would require a long rest.
Oh, you're out of. Oh, you don't have chromatic orb prepared?
Oh no, yeah, I do. Sorry, I was thinking lightning bolt for some stupid reason.
Yeah. Do you want to give it a try?
All right, so if we're going to start throwing random spells at this,
I think we are kind of at the trial and error stage at this point.
well, we've already searched here and
Yeah.
we found nothing. The book is giving us all the information we can get out of it.
Yeah.
So, if we're going to start throwing random stuff at this, we are most likely going to need to take a long rest here.
This is the only secure place we've seen so far that we know of.
Yeah, because I've burned through 4 spell slots already.
Right. Well, I suggest that you try hitting it with chromatic orb lightning.
All right. Spell slot number 1. Oh, good news is I hit it.
Yeah, inanimate objects are not necessarily hard to hit, but yes.
Still have to roll.
All right.
uh, doesn't seem to do anything.
All right. I can try hitting it with a magic missile.
All right.
Last first level spell slot. Should I roll damage?
Go ahead.
And we're just in a stand. This is just standard, right? Because this is just at first level.
Yes.
No fields down there affecting it. All right. 13 points of force damage. That's pretty good.
Yep. It does seem to damage it.
Okay, force works, but
But
well, I can keep hitting it with magic missile, and you can as well. You have a wand.
well, let's both throw one more first level magic missile at it.
Nope. I will
All
not be
right.
throwing any more first level magic missiles at it.
You can throw a second level one if you like.
I will throw a second.
So, how much damage did you do the first time?
13.
All right.
And I suspect this is going to be far less. Well, not far less, but still. 12 on the second level magic missile.
All right. At this point,
Mhm.
after these, it's lots of cracks on it. There's something not like kind of like steam coming off of it now.
Yeah.
You can see it shaking. It's looking really rough.
All right. I can hit it again if you want.
We at this point have to take a long rest. So
Yeah, because I'm out of first and second level spell slots.
oh well, never mind. I'll do a first level spell.
Okay.
My last first level spell slot. I'm not going to bother rolling. It only had 1 point of structural integrity left,
All right.
and it explodes.
Hopefully, we're safe enough distance away.
I would like you to roll a dexterity saving throw, please.
My dice have been all over the place today.
What did you get this time?
Natural one. The good news is I'm almost at full health.
And the other good news is it is cold damage.
Okay.
So the
Oh, just out of curiosity, this is just a minor point, but has my comprehend languages run its course at this point?
no.
Okay. It's not concentration, so it'll stay up.
Yep. No, it's not gone yet.
All right, so I'm doubling the damage and then having it.
Yeah. Oh, that's really good. 6, 12, 18, 26 points of damage.
And I take it that's just standard.
Yeah.
That's not doubled, so that's how much I take because I'm having it and doubling it.
And because I'm still set at cold resistance, that 26 gets halved to 13. And then because I made my saving throw, it gets halved again. So I take 6 points of damage.
All right. Ouch.
Yes. And now we have a rapidly warming inanimate object.
Yes, I assume the frost in here is going to dissipate relatively quickly.
Yes.
All right. There is one thing we did not discuss about this before we blew that up. It is a concern, though. It's that one of those artificial Cyclops things will come down here and attempt to repair this. It is a possibility.
It is a possibility.
All right. All right. To start off,
yep.
I'm going to take out the refilling potion.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm going to drink that because I took a fair bit of damage there.
All right.
And I heal by 5 hit points.
Okay.
Well, every little bit helps.
Yeah. All right.
All right.
We have been at this since dawn. Probably about 2 hours. And we are spent.
We are relatively spent. I could say we could go deal with that other one at the moment, but I don't think we're up to it.
I mean, I have a few spell slots left, but not many.
I have all of my thirds and my fourth. So I do technically have my strongest spell slots available.
Yep.
But that still is only 4 spells.
Yeah. I'm out of firsts.
Yeah.
I have 1 second left, 2 thirds, and the fourth.
All right. Well, the good news is, as far as we can tell, down here, those null magic fields don't seem to have any effect.
No.
So you can ritual cast Liam's tiny hut down here, and we can take a long rest with alarms and familiars on watch, obviously.
Yep.
But I think this is about as safe as a place we're going to get for a long rest on this island.
I agree.
And when we wake up in the morning, then we can go try and deal with that second device.
Yes.
All right. That's a good plan?
It's a plan.
All right, you set up the hut. I'll set up the alarms. I don't see any reason not to set them both up in this exact same little corner we've been staying in.
Okay.
We'll clear any rubble we don't really want to sleep on out of the way.
All right.
This gives us a nice view of both the exit and the destroyed device.
All right. So we hunker down for a long rest.
Yes.
And that's where we'll call it.
All right, then.
Because anything we start after this is going to take a fair amount of time.
Yes, I take it there's going to be a fair bit of this island left.
Oh, we're just scratching the surface. We've only been here a couple of hours.
Yes, in case anybody can't tell, this is going to be another multi-session dungeon for all intents and purposes, like the fountain.
And unlike the fountain, next session, I'll be also DMing.
Yes, we're going to change. We're switching up how we alternate here. We'll be continuing with that forward after this, but we have specific ideas for how we want this island to go. So you'll be DMing the next session,
yep.
And I'll probably be picking up after that. If all goes
well. We survived the first part of this.
Yay! That's always a good start.
Oh, some of that could have gone so bad.
Yeah, no, some of those rolls were really bad. I rolled a really odd amount of 20s and 1s that session.
Yeah, I know. That was odd. And I was very polar tonight, too.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for watching, everyone. Please remember to like and subscribe, and please join us here again next time as we continue exploring the Isle of Fog to uncover what secrets and horrors it holds. Good night, everyone.